Everybody listen up.
Yes, you are.
Okay, what happened last session? This was 2 weeks ago. Crazy stuff. You know, you came in, guns blazing. You were like, hey, let's fight our way into this fucking cave. And then you were like, holy shit, we actually won. We killed all these lizards. And then they were like, dude, we can't let that slide. So then they sent in 2 different armies to pinch you in. And then everybody was like, all right, let's have a truce. Let's talk this out. And then Grix was like, fuck that shit, and started firing on all cylinders again. And started shooting people. And then they were like, you better fucking stop. And then you guys did, luckily, and you got brought in. You had a little conversation with the queen of the lizard folk lair. You found out she's not too happy with you guys. Some weird connections with Milo in there. Who knows what's going on there? But then they were like, all right, we're going to make amends for the 9 people you killed by torturing you for 9 days. Does that sound cool? And you guys were like, that sounds cool. And the last conversation that was had was with a little lizard folk and Milo in his little cage where he keeps fighting off lizard folk and losing because there's too many of them.
No, I fucked him up. Don't lie. Don't.
We can roll for it. We'll
I
figure that out.
fucked him up. We already rolled for it. I fucked him up one time.
That one time, yeah. Since then, it's
and they had to bring more, bro.
That's true. They did. Oh yeah, we did roll for it. You did fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we begin. You're all in your cages. All of you are in different cages, by the way. Your cages look a little bit different from one another. They're all covered in rock. Every direction you look and feel, there is rock everywhere. Except for Peaches, you'll notice you got a little door at the back of your cage. And Mr. Wyatt, you've got a door at the back of your cage. Everybody else has got a single door. That's just the way in. We start the session off today. By the way, keep in mind, if you need to interrupt, tell me what you're thinking about doing at any point in time. Feel free. We're going to start the session off today with a little pack of lizard folk making their way in to Grix's cage. Grix, the door opens. You, by the way, I'll say, you've heard the horrific scenes that seem to be going on in the other cells. It seems as though your time has come. The door unlocks. A big clunk in the metal locking mechanism on the outside of the door. And 3 lizard folk step in. 2 of them clearly warriors with their shields and spears. And the one in the back wearing some sort of shamanistic garb. They don't speak your language, so they just aggressively walk their way in, shields up front. 2 warriors kind of pinch on either side of you.
I've been in this scenario before. Might be a reference to Paris.
They hold your arms.
It's the way I like it.
One of them pulls out some sort of container that looks like Vaseline.
I've definitely been in this scenario before.
The one.
All right, time to relax the muscles.
That's the one in front of you. Pulls out a little container, dips his fingers in it, and then one of the warriors that's holding onto your arms kind of grabs your face and like kind of pulls your head back a little bit, and the shamanistic looking one takes this like kind of goo and reaches up under your lip and starts rubbing into your gums this weird kind of opaque white beige goo.
So let me guess, I'm salivating twice as much now.
No, Jesus Christ. No, that's not happening. But at that, what they do is they drag you into the corner. Bear in mind, if you do anything, feel free to interrupt.
Do I have exhaustion or no?
No. This is we're on day 1.
First day.
This is first day. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna resist like slightly, but like
slightly. Okay, let's
make much. I'm like half their size.
Let's make some strength checks. Let's see how this goes.
Or actually, would they be considered larger than me?
Yes.
Could I try to disengage?
Okay.
Where are you gonna go, bro?
The other corner.
Just keeps disengaging away from.
Okay. 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 You know what? Actually. Okay. So they're gonna run after you, and they're gonna. I'll say they had a little bit of a loose grip, but we're gonna make a little strength check to see if you can actually get the disengage off. Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll
of
this.
course. Just pair my. So you need me to do a strength roll?
Yes, please.
Get fucked, buddy. Get fucked. Get fucked. Beat that.
Please refer to the game.
They actually both beat you there. So I'll say you kind of like worm your way out before he kind of gets it under the
Right there.
and they kind of grab you again, pin you in the corner, and the shamanistic looking one kind of forcefully like grabs your lip, pulls it open, and rubs this stuff on the inside of your gums. And at this, they let you go. They step out of the room, shut the door, and then you hear them banging on your door and on the walls beside your door. And it sounds very similar to the sounds that you were hearing, minus the screaming. And they just do this outside of your door.
Can I like use my goblin fingernails to like scrape my gums to try to get this goo off and like spit it out?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I'll say I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm gonna say, given enough time, like it's the texture of Vaseline, so it's like very like slimy and kind of sticking inside your mouth and like forming these little globules, and you are able.
That's why I want to use my fingernails, because then I can like scrape it across my gums. Just.
Okay, so you're gonna keep picking it out, and you're just gonna spit it out, right?
Yeah, just scratching at my gums.
Okay.
I don't care if they bleed. None of that.
Okay. As you're doing that, you hear the kind of banging and rattling outside your door, like there's chains being whipped against the door and against the walls. And you hear them kind of conversing in this weird hissing language outside of your door. And then they unlock it again. And then they come into the room, and they just kind of like stare at you for a second. All three of them. They just like watch you. And they kind of like keep talking as though it's almost as though they're like looking at you like a lab rat.
Can I orange justice on them? No.
I don't know what that is.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, the
That's okay.
dance. I know what you mean.
I'm just gonna. Do I have any of that? Can I sense any more of that in my mouth?
I'll say by this point, they were out there for a minute or so. You can get it all out at that point. So it's just kind of in a pile in front of you, a little.
Yep. I'm just gonna ask them. Where are my friends at?
And they just kind of like lean into each other, and they're just kind of keep talking. And they don't respond to you. They don't speak your language.
They left the door open.
They're standing in the door, looking at you.
I'm gonna make a run for it. I'm gonna try try to nimble escape through them. If that's all that you'll allow me to.
Nimble escape, so
You can take disadvantage or hide action as a bonus action on each of your turns. I know it wasn't force me through them, but I'm hoping to kind of like maybe like dive between like one of their legs maybe and like.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'll rule that technically because we're not combat, they're still gonna get a roll to chance to see to grab you as you're trying to slide through.
That's totally fine.
Okay, perfect. So go ahead, and they're gonna like grab at you. So go ahead and roll me you can roll a dex or a strength check.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
get fucked. Get fucked, buddy. Get fucked. Beat that.
You know what's weird? I rolled the same two numbers again. Same two numbers, and you rolled the same number almost.
Actually roll the same number, just different modifiers.
So you kind of dash through, you try to like tuck underneath, and they just pin you down. One of them kind of puts his shield on your back, and the shaman just kind of gets.
I want to shout something as they pin me down. I
Okay.
want to scream as loud as I possibly can in Goblinese.
Mm-hmm.
Goblinoids unite, and just scream it out in Goblinese.
Okay. So okay, yeah, I guess anyone in the group that speaks Goblin would hear that in that language. Otherwise, you just hear Grix screaming indiscriminately in his own language. So Grix, you'll be up here. So they've pinned you to the ground, and you're just kind of screaming your fucking wild chants. And again, the shaman gets down and he rubs this stuff in your lip. He just pulls your lip open and rubs it in, and they drag you back into the cell.
Can I attempt to bite his finger when he does it? When he tries to do it?
Sure. So roll. Let's just roll. Just roll a d20 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
I bite my tongue and take 1 damage, right?
That is exactly what happens. Thank you for getting that first. So you get your little goblin teeth. You try to bite him, but his finger is way up in there, and you stick out your tongue and you bite it. You start bleeding all over the place. It mixes in with that slimy goo. Your mouth is just a mess of textures right now. But they pin you down and they kind of drag you back and throw you into the back of the cage. And they just kind of, again, stand at the door just looking at you, and they start banging, even like with the door open, they just kind of start banging and dragging things up against the walls. And then they just eventually back out, shut the door, and lock it again.
Upon them closing it, I'm spitting it out, doing the same thing. I'm gonna try to scrape it all out.
Okay. And you can hear them kind of talking amongst themselves on the outside of your door. And it's just, yeah, they just kind of talk about what happened. So that's it for you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
The rest
Phrank,
of you,
like, actually looked up, like, torture fucking mechanics over, like, the last 2 weeks.
it's just I'm just doing what's in the
You can
module.
see
The module
he's
is-
literally glowing right now.
Oh, is it just for that's just in the module?
The module just says torture them for a bunch of days.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that in the last 2 weeks, you looked up ways to torture,
I
and
didn't need
now
to
you're
look it
doing
up.
it.
I just had to ask Lemon.
Oh, that is true.
Where'd you
Jesus.
learn that? Al Qaeda?
Gee.
Fucking throwback.
Okay. Next, they do a similar process. They walk into where are they going next? We're gonna say it's already happened to Peaches. Milo, you already had this happen, except for from your stances, they came in and just beat the living hell out of you. Totally different scenario for you guys. Wyatt, they're coming into your room. Whoops. Here and here. So the same group that I just described. 2 lizard folk warrior and some sort of lizard folk shaman come into your room, and they start just making their way towards you to grab you by the arms and do something weird to your face.
Um. Well, I'm at like 2 HP. So
More than me.
You put up a stink with these guys?
I want to I just want to see if I'm gonna like try to rebel in a way where I'll just put my hands up and I'll just say in another language, not in common. I'll speak in Aquan.
Okay.
don't touch me, stay back. Hoping that like they can speak that language, that it like strikes a chord with them. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna let them do whatever the hell they're gonna do. But I'm gonna, you know.
So they walk in, and in your Aquan, you say what you say, and one of them, the kind of shamanistic one, kind of like tilts his head a little bit, and then they just move in and they just grab you up.
Yeah.
And they grab you by the face, and then over the next, I mean, for you, seemingly, you don't know how long it is, but it is a long time that they just stay there and they beat you and they pull all kinds of crazy noises that you didn't think were in you out of you.
Do they come back?
I'm gonna tell you how long passes before they come back.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump over the Feyorn, but let's call it they're in there for about an hour with you.
Okay, can I I'm gonna think about it. Go to Feyorn. I'm gonna think about it.
Sure. Feyorn,
Yes, sir.
a similar thing happens. They walk in. They go to grab you.
Yeah.
I'll like grab a Feyorn.
He's letting it happen.
You just take it. Do you
Mhm.
like sit down, or you just kind of hold out your arms, or
Yeah, just acceptingly,
okay?
because he doesn't want, he wants to hold up his end of the deal.
Okay. So they walk in, grab your arms, grab your face, and over the course of the next approximately hour or so.
I'm gonna try and be stoic and everything, but as best as I can. Should I roll for stoicism?
You should roll for stoicism, in fact. Let's see which stoics come to your mind.
Are those chocolate covered almonds, Lemon?
Awesome.
I want you to roll a constitution saving throw. That wasn't. That's okay. I probably told you to roll a d20. Roll a con save.
Sorry, give me a sec.
That's okay.
I didn't have it open because
It's going to be a nat 2.
how dare you? Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Wow.
So 20.
Pretty close to what I said. Okay. Over the next little bit, as they're kind of like beating you and kind of scratching you up with their claws, hitting you with the shields, bashing you in the face, they get a couple of whimpers out of you. They just kind of hit you so hard they force it out of you. But for the most part, you barely make any noise. You just kind of accept your piece. You think about the bullywugs and what good you did for them, and you're able to kind of hold your own, I guess. But everybody else, you all hear all the damage being done to everybody, except for Grix. Nobody really hears too much out of Grix other than a weird goblin shout and some scrambling noises, and his doesn't seem to quite last as long as anybody else's.
I'm used to that.
But at this point, there's about an hour that everybody has to themselves as you've kind of been beaten, and bear in mind you're not going to be exactly in the best shape to be, sprinting around your cell or anything like that. But you can certainly do what you feel like doing, if anybody feels like doing anything at all.
Two things.
Just what I said last session.
Okay.
Yep.
Does the door open into the cell or out of the cell?
Out of the cell.
Okay, and how much space is there above the door? Like from the top of the door, the roof?
Like a good amount. Like.
Would you say that there's enough room for a goblin to fit between the roof and the top of the door shim?
Yeah, for sure. There's a good couple of feet up there.
Okay. I want to sit down cross-legged with my back to the door.
Okay.
I'm just going to meditate and pray.
Okay.
For strength from my god.
Who's your god again?
Pull it up here.
Something with a G.
Yeah.
G-Unit.
Unit. It was G. Gucci Mane.
50 Cent shows up in your set.
Bargriviak.
Bargriviak. Okay.
I'll send that to you real quick.
Okay.
He's just a goblinoid god. And I just want to be like actively listening out for footsteps. And if I hear footsteps approaching, I'm gonna try to scramble my way up and like kind of pin myself into the corner and try to hold myself up there as best I can if I hear somebody coming. I know. I understand. I'm not Spider-Man. I can't hold myself there. I understand this. I fully I know I won't be able to stay up there long. That's why I'm like, okay, if I hear somebody, I want to try to do it. If I can't do it, that's fine, obviously. But I like to at least attempt to do that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So when that time comes, I will let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Is there
I
anything
do have
particular?
a couple things I want to do.
Okay, let her rip.
Mostly crying and praying. But
Okay.
Peaches wants to check out the door at the back of the cell.
Okay.
Yeah, me too, actually.
So for both of you, it is a very similar build. The only difference between the two of you, Wyatt, your door opens the same way as the other door, meaning it opens away from you. Peaches, your door seems like it's built to open towards you, and thus the kind of big lock mechanism is on your side.
I'm gonna knock on it.
Okay. Not a whole lot of sound escapes, given not only the weakness of the knock, but the material of the door. Being that it is a stone door. But you knock. You hear a little bit of a kind of hollow knock echo through on the other side, but nothing comes of it.
Can I peek underneath it? Or if there's like any cracks or a keyhole or something that I can see through?
Sure. So I'll say that there's a very slim line that you can see underneath, and what you can tell is that that door, through that door, there is a lot less light. In fact, there is no light coming from that side compared to the other side where the light from the hallway is, you can see underneath.
Is there light in the cell that I'm in?
No. There is only a trickle of light coming from underneath the door.
Assuming that in the beating I lost a couple feathers, Peaches is gonna slide a feather underneath the door and just hope that one of her friends is on the other side of it and sees it.
You're going to slide it through...
Like the bottom, like slide it right underneath the door.
the dark door?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Okay.
one in the back that I knocked.
Okay. That feather sits there for a good long while. Roll a perception check for me.
I don't. Sorry.
Okay. Peaches, you just stare, and your feather just sits there.
Ooh, I cast light. It's
Can
a
you
cantrip.
cast light? But you need your spell focus.
Oh shit. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I don't have any a firefly or phosphorescent moss.
One flies in there. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, never mind. I don't cast light.
Okay.
God damn you.
You can keep cooking. Keep trying to come up with some stuff. Anybody else want to dive in before we... Carry
Yeah. I really forget from 2 weeks ago if I changed back to Wyatt when I got back into this cell. Remember I was a lizard folk?
Oh yeah.
I think you're
that's
still a
good
lizard folk
The
ambassador.
ambassador.
question. Yeah,
I
you're
think
still
so,
a lizard
too.
folk.
I'm still a lizard folk.
Well, how long does your thing last?
It's on a need to know basis.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
He's still-
think about how long that.
He had to answer that way. By the way, it's he's
I get
still
it. It's fine,
he's
but
still
just
a lizard folk.
that's just what I was trying to say. Is just keep that in mind.
Okay. Okay. Can I do like a little knock on my door too?
On the back
On the
door?
special door, yeah, the back door. Little knock.
Sure. So you knock, and after a couple of seconds, you hear that a hissing voice on the other side of the door. It kind of like shouts something at you. Shouts something at you.
I'll knock. And what's underneath the door? A little sliver.
So at first, you would have seen nothing. About a second before the shouting came, light came underneath your door. And then the shout happened, and then a couple seconds later, the light disappeared.
Interesting. That was when they were in my room, right? Oh no,
What
the
do you mean?
shouting of Grix.
No. I'm just saying, when you knock, somebody shouts at you, and during that time, light comes underneath your door from that side, and then it vanishes a couple seconds later.
Can I knock again and just be on the floor, like trying to
Sure.
catch maybe what that light could be? Like, is it a fire? Is it like a magical light? Like, I want to knock and try to see what that light could be.
Okay, roll a perception check.
9.
9? Okay. All you see is that it is a shade of orange, and there's a little flicker to it. And this time when this creature comes and kind of yells at you, it stays around a little while, and you get the sense that it's like cursing at you in its own language. Like it's just yelling and, saying something. You don't know what it is, but it's mad.
I want to, until they come back, I just want to spend time ear to the ground trying to like listen what's going on in that room. Obviously I can't really tell, but try to like, do I hear the scraping of utensils? Do I hear chanting? Do I hear boiling? Like, I'm just gonna try to pay attention to the noises that are coming out of that room.
Okay. I'll give you a perception check, this time with advantage, purely because of how long you're going to be able to do this for.
Nice. I rolled a 17, then I rolled a 18 after that, so 19.
19 total. So you actually do hear some sort of mixture of voices, and they all seem to be doing some sort of chanting. You hear a little bit of shuffling of feet. It's a little bit faint. It seems to be kind of dulled down by something. And
like maybe a carpet.
Could be.
Yeah, could be a carpet. Okay.
And that's the majority of the sounds you take in. Some sort of chanting, a little bit of talking back and forth. You hear some dragging at one point.
The dragging, does it sound like heavy furniture or like a dull dragging?
It sounds like if you laid a dresser on its back and dragged it that way, not on the feet. You know what I mean?
Is it consistent or just like one time?
It was just like once Maybe you heard it another time, but you know what? You heard it once.
Yeah. So there's no pattern. It's just chanting, and then there's a little bit of movement, and then back to chanting.
Yes.
Okay.
Could the dragging be compared to anything he's heard on any of his ships?
Ooh. I mean, maybe
Crates
moving
moving?
moving cargo, something
Yeah.
like that. Like you're dragging it across the deck.
Yeah. And was there talking during the dragging? Like, did the chanting stop? And was there like,
It did stop.
Fuck.
It did stop.
Simo fucking speaks dragon fucking folk. Yeah, that's crazy.
But it sounded like, yeah, like there was some commands or something like that, maybe being
Yes.
uttered. Okay.
Yep.
The moment I hear my door, I'm gonna keep listening, but the moment I hear my door unlock, I'm gonna sit back in the corner.
Okay. Okay. Very good. We're gonna leap over to Grix for a moment again. I know, Milo, we've passed you.
Spider Grix. Spider Grix.
So Grix,
I'm gonna climb up there and I'm gonna fall on top of them and then get instantly murdered. I'm waiting for
Grix, I hate to do this to you, but
You're
because I
done.
like the idea, but I do need you to make me a athletics check. You have to do this at disadvantage. There's no fucking way.
No, that's like the idea in and of itself is far fetched to begin with.
For
And,
sure.
Like,
I'm
I
hoping
don't-
for it.
oh, there's 13
Okay.
and
Oh.
there's 11. So
11. Okay. Okay. So you push your way up. I'll say you get as far as like the top of the door. But it is like just a stone kind of cabin. There's not a whole lot. Like maybe you could try to pinch in the corner. And you get up there and you're just like trying to get like leverage, push against the wall. And you just slowly start sliding down the corner of the wall. And as the door is kind of coming open, you're just like streaking your hands down the door, making this horrendous squeaking noise. And
while
they
I'm doing that, as the door opens, can I just like look at them and just like maintain eye contact as I'm slowly sliding down the wall and just keep looking at them, stone cold face, just
For sure,
staring
well,
right back at them.
they're gonna, yeah, for sure. So they open the door up, and you just kind of drop down and you just stare at them. Well, this time you're gonna be staring at 4 of them.
Oh, goody. That's
So there's
exactly what I was looking for too, actually.
seemingly the same 3 as the last time, and this time there's some sort of elder. It looks like very beaten face, big gold chain that kind of drags down across his belly, and yellowed teeth. Very much an older looking lizard folk.
Same day, correct?
What's that?
It's the same day.
Seems like it, yeah. And it's for you, it doesn't seem like it's been that long either. It's been maybe an hour. And they kind of walk in the room and shields up. They kind of like push you back to like block you from getting out. A little bit more on guard this time. And the elder walks up to you and just picks up, like lifts up your chin and examines you with interest. And he says to you in common, "Well, this doesn't seem to be working. What are you?"
I'm a goblin.
"That's what you appear to be. But what are you really?"
I don't think you understood me the first time. I'm a goblin, and I'm gonna spit in his face.
And he actually takes your spit and like rubs it around his fingers and looks at it. Smells it.
Yeah, Emily looks too excited.
Slicks his hair back with it. "But are you something else? Something more? Maybe lineage to the sea?"
Like I said, I'm a goblin. Goblin blood flows through my veins. Proud goblin blood.
Well, if you don't want to share with us, then we can have you examined. Because you are not just a goblin. There's something going on inside of you that is preventing this medicine from working.
Is that what it is? Is that what you've been forcefully putting into my mouth? Medicine?
Something like that.
What is this medicine supposed to be doing for me?
Well, you see, we don't exactly have the time to keep you here. So, it speeds up your mind's interpretation of not only time, but of what's happening. And you seem to be immune.
Must be that goblin blood. Not a lot of us where you come from.
It's not your goblin blood. No, it's gotta be something else. Why don't you come with me? And he...
Taking me out of the cell?
Yes. You have to be examined.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
He kind of like puts his hand on the side of your face, and he kind of gets his face really close to yours and stares into your eyes.
I'm gonna kiss him.
I said don't think. I said don't think. No, it's canon.
Oh!
Grix kisses. His teeth stink. Okay. He grabs you by the face and kind of looks straight in your eyes, and he just says, "No, you really should come with me." And he turns to the other three and says something in their common tongue. And you see them kind of put up a little bit of a stink. They kind of talk back to him a little bit, and he kind of stamps his foot down and speaks with more force at the end of their conversation. And you see they all kind of like look around, and with a little bit of tiff, they walk themselves out and down the hallway.
So just me and homeboy now?
Yes.
Oh, finally alone time.
As they're turning the corner, he says, "You are not going to be examined."
What's going on then?
We're going to go and see your crew. Come.
I need you to just be describing like every fucking like anything important that I can at least perceive
Sure.
on my walk down this hall.
So down this hallway, there are wall sconces, like little wall. I shouldn't call them sconces. They're like torches, just clinging to the walls. Yep. There is a locked door to the north of you. Looks identical to the door that you just came out of. Gray and black stone walls. It's wet. It's damp. You make your way to this door here, where he leads you forward. Takes out a key that doesn't.
Where did he take the key out of?
He has a little, I would call it leather. It's like the closest thing you can relate it to, but it's clearly from some sort of fish pouch that he's wearing around his waist, almost like a fanny pack, but it's off to a side.
He's got a gutted fish as a bag.
Yeah, effectively, yeah.
Very cool.
And he steps his way in, pulls out a key that really doesn't look like it's suited for this lock. Sticks it in, turns it open, and you see Milo cowering in the corner. Well, maybe not cowering, but he's beaten, and he's... Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
No, I'm not muted. I just didn't say
Oh, you
anything. I was
just-
just giving it a look. Giving it a look.
Well, you got me. Okay, you got me. All right. And just for that, you're really cowering in the corner. He's covered in piss. He's.
It's a strategy. I pissed and shit on myself so they wouldn't fuck with me.
And you see Milo. His eyes are like dilated to the maximum. He's no longer got whatever color his eyes were before. It's just all black. His eyes are bloodshot, and you can see there's like just blackness all around his eyes. It looks like he hasn't slept in days. And meanwhile, from your perspective, you've been here a couple hours at best. And he seems a little scared when you enter. And this elder just stands at the door with you. And he says, your friend here, he thinks he's been tortured. They all do. And they think they've been tortured for a good number of hours. But you're
does he look like battered and bruised? And
no, he just looks scared and worn down and like he hasn't slept in a couple of days.
oof, but oof. Will he allow me to walk up to Milo?
Sure. He just stands at the door.
And what am I perceiving in this moment? Am I seeing? Do I know like what is happening in front of me, or is my headspace just completely somewhere else?
Yeah, so you are basically in the headspace of somebody who's been beaten and tortured for several hours. You're definitely tired, and your vision's a little blurry. So when Grix kind of walks up to you, until he gets within a couple of feet, he just looks like another lizard folk, basically, until he gets really close to you, and then you can see that it's Grix.
Okay, so I would have, if like the door had opened, Milo would have just stood up and just like, not like arms out, but just like arms up to just get grabbed and get his ass kicked. Like just head down, like, all right, let's do this again.
Okay.
I'll just walk up to him and put my hand on his chest. Milo, it's Grix. You can relax. Just take a load off. What happened to you? You look horrendous.
I mean, that's same thing that's happened to you. How are you here? What are you doing here? You're gonna listen, man. You have to go back. We can't.
I'm gonna put my finger up to his mouth, his lips.
I'm gonna suck on it.
I'm gonna kiss him too.
I don't think, just act.
I'm just gonna like stare right into his eyes and like bite my bottom lip.
Leave you here, and he leaves the room.
Eyes grow darker.
I'm gonna use that look on Feyorn in the next few.
Save your energy, Milo. I don't know why I'm here. I'm just gonna turn back to the lizard folk. What have you done to him? What has become of my friend?
Well, as I was trying to tell you, his mind has been altered. He's perceiving time much quicker. He thinks it's nighttime of the first day that you arrived. And he thinks he's been beaten for several hours. I just had an epiphany that if there's something running through your veins preventing this, perhaps we can save your friends the suffering. And if they can just, well, put on an act, it can relieve them of that suffering.
Well, you can relieve them of the suffering as well by letting us go.
No, I can't do that.
I'm gonna face back towards Milo and take his hand in mine and whisper into his ear. Did they put something in your mouth? Squeeze me once. Squeeze my hand once for yes, twice for no.
Do I remember if they put something in my mouth?
You don't know. You don't remember that.
they just come in, they kick the shit out of me, and they leave, and they do it what seems about every hour on the hour. Listen, man, you can't be here. If they see that you're here, we need to do our time, and then we can leave from here.
They're letting me be here. I was escorted here by a lizard folk.
And am I able to see who that other person is? I know that my vision's like fucked up, so if not, or do I what do I see at the door? Do I see anything at the door?
You just see a blurry figure.
This has to be a trick. This has to be. They're testing our will, or they're testing our loyalty to our word. You gotta go, man. We just have to do our time. That's it. We just have to do our time. We just have to take the beating.
Okay, question, Phrank. He said the thing about me having a sea, having a background in the sea upon me spitting in his face and him examining the spit. Is that correct?
That doesn't seem to be what tipped him off. He was just kind of like throwing things at the wall.
I see. Okay. Really hoping to be spit. I was gonna spit in Milo's mouth. I'm not even kidding you. That's the
I'd rather be tortured.
Oh, give me the 9 days.
Milo, I'm gonna find a way to get us out of here. Mark my words. I'm gonna get us out.
Grix,
It's the last thing I do. I'm going to get us out.
It's not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. We just do our time, and they're gonna let us go. We just have to eat it right now. I can't risk not getting out of here. Whatever you do, you just be careful, please. I cannot risk not getting out of here.
I'll get us out of here. Mark my words. I promise you. You're gonna get out. Peaches is gonna get out. Wyatt, Feyorn, and myself. We're gonna get out of here. That is my promise to you. And I'm gonna
Grix redemption arc.
cup his face with my hand. Not be close to them, just to console him and just. I'm gonna get you out, Milo. Believe. You have to believe. And I'm gonna lightly tap his face and stand up and turn towards the lizard folk.
And he kind of waves to usher you out of the door.
Yeah.
And I'll just slouch back down, battered and bruised and just defeated. Just a broken man.
Dead goblin skin on you probably now.
Bro, you're like
What?
Batman in the.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I forget what fucking movie it's from. But you're like in the whole, training.
Oh, The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. There you go.
Banger flick.
You're
Banger
doing
movie.
push-ups right now. You're weak as hell, bro.
Okay. So he steps you out, locks the door with his weird little key. I've arranged for you all to have a meal together. I told them that it would enhance the torture to allow you to see each other while the agent is not in effect. That was, of course, a bit of a ruse, because I think it's important that we make a decision. You clearly have something in you that can prevent them from being tortured. And I think if we can share that with the others, it might be to their benefit if they choose to accept it. In particular, Feyorn. He's going to have a rough go. And you can even hear just down the end of the hallway down here, the sounds of Feyorn kind of trying to hold together, but every once in a while whimpering and kind of keeling over.
Why are you doing this? Why are you allowing us to eat together? We're supposed to be tortured and imprisoned. Why are you giving us these gestures?
You see, there is a split among these lizard folk. Some follow my lead, and some follow the Queen's.
Are you
And
saying what I think you're saying?
if I can prove that this method of dealing with you is not appropriate and that I can find a better use for you, then I think there's a chance that I could lead this colony.
So you're
I
attempting
must
a
be a
coup.
pigeon because all I hear is coo, coo, coo.
I'm attempting to win over my people. The Queen is a tyrant.
That much is known.
So, I'm going to set up that meal. Everyone's first round of torture should be coming to a close in their own minds soon. At which point, the guard will come to collect you and drag you over to another room where you'll sit and you will eat. And I'll ensure that you have time together to discuss not only you spilling your blood for them to consume, or not.
You want me to spill my blood for them to consume?
There's clearly something within it that's helping you. So yes, you can
Well,
talk.
I'm going to need a way to get the blood out of me.
That won't be a problem.
Okay, and after this meal, what becomes of us? What happens? Do we go back to our cells? You're gonna bring me back to my cell, or are you gonna experiment me?
I'll have to think of a good reason to keep you all alive and well. So leave that to me. And I'll ensure that you enjoy a meal together. But move quickly. Let's get back to your cell.
And when we're walking back, I'm just gonna. How long do you think you can give us?
I can push for an hour.
Okay. What about our stuff? Think you could get me something?
If you're to be of use to us, I'm sure we could retrieve that. But you will not get it while you're in this lair.
That's fair. Ask me this one last one.
Yes.
Do you have any goblins among your ranks? Or goblinoids?
Goblinoids, yes. The Coalinth. They dragged you in here.
Yes. I remember.
Warped by the sea. I thought that perhaps you had that in your blood, but you clearly do not. It's something else.
And whose side are they? What side do they favor? Queen? Or you?
They're here under an alliance. The Sahuagin threaten them as much as us. And the Lokatha. And the merfolk.
Sorry, the what?
The
Repeat that.
merfolk. They're all here. Getting ready.
No, before the merfolk, the people that are threatening them.
Oh, the Lokatha.
Lokatha are threatening people?
No.
That's what I'm asking you. To repeat.
They're here. They're under threat from the Sahuagin.
Thank you from the sahuagin. Thank you.
Nice from the Sagandis. Nice, Phrank.
So, get back, and we'll pull you out shortly.
Okay.
And just know, as he kind of like walks you down the hallway, just know that you must understand that I am your ally. But you must be.
Actions speak louder than words. So far, your actions are swaying me in one direction. So, I'll take your word for now. And I appreciate you getting us this meal.
And I look forward to your actions reflecting you being my ally as well.
You have my word.
Yeah.
Not that I have much choice, but you have my word.
And he kind of nods and shuts the door and locks it.
This fucker scraped the shit out of his mouth, and now we have to drink his blood.
That's a
You don't
unique
have to.
sentence. Okay. Over the next 30 minutes or so, all of you, aside from Grix, basically it seems like you're kind of on the off time, but just as torturous, being in the dark, being alone, kind of on your mind. From your perspective, it seems like probably about another 8 hours goes by. No knock comes to your door, but a guard comes and opens each of your doors nonetheless. I did that in the wrong order. There we go. Comes and opens your doors and just kind of beckons for you all to step out of your rooms. And they hiss at anyone not moving and kind of start approaching aggressively with their shield and spear.
I'm listening to their every command.
Actually, Feyorn, I'll say from your perspective, you've been tortured about 4 times now. And from your perspective, you had a sleepless night, and it is now the next day.
I'm still trying to tough it out. So, if you want me to roll again for that, or at disadvantage?
You will be rolling. Just give me another con save.
It's a net? No, it's a 6.
6? Okay. At this point, the exhaustion of being up overnight and taking countless beatings, you see blood rolling down your arms, bruises everywhere, and you're starting to walk with a limp. Every step is painful, and you kind of trudge your way through with no help from the guard. But they all beckon you down the hall.
Yep, I will do what they say.
I see Grix.
I'm going to, I guess, upon seeing Wyatt, I'm gonna go to this intersection here and just kind of stand waiting, see if everybody shows up.
This
You guys
is the
can move
direction
your own
we're headed.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys can move your own tokens so that I know what you're doing and what you want to do.
I'm gonna stop Wyatt when he gets to the crossing,
Okay.
and I'll just put my hand. I'm gonna reach up and put my hand on his shoulder and just whisper as quietly as I can. Follow my lead.
And I've been affected, right? You said everyone but Grix? Just making sure.
Everyone but Grix.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do the same with Feyorn. Just tell him to follow my lead.
And Feyorn, from everybody's perspective, by the way, having seen him for the first time, everybody looks pretty rough, pretty beat down. Nobody's really bloodied up or anything like that, but their face just shows this unreal level of exhaustion. Feyorn, on the other hand, looks like just a walking zombie. Like he could just keel over and die at any second.
I'm going to sling Feyorn's arm around me and attempt, like, I'll try to help him just walk.
I think you're too low for that.
Listen,
He's
that's why I
real
said-
tall and weighs
Like I
1,000
put
pounds.
my if I
that's
have
why
my
I
hand
said try.
put my hand on your head.
It's not
You get-
getting at all, but fair enough.
You get a little bit of weight off of him anyways, and he walks a little bit better with you there. Okay, so they open up the door, and what you see in front of you are it's a lit room. Fucking lit.
Fucking lit, bro. Let's go.
It's hot box. There's like lights.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
All right. No, it's a well-lit room with torches on the wall. There's bowls of food on the floor, and they're actually relatively big bowls. It looks like food that you've seen before. So some sort of like noodles and some sort of meat that's in there as well. It looks like actually a pretty hearty bowl. And they just kind of get out of your way, and they just kind of point their spears in for you guys to walk past. So this elder that's in the room here kind of hisses something through the door, and they just quickly get out of the way, shut the door.
Is that my boy?
That's your boy. At this point, everybody, I would say, is seeing clearly. Your brain has, the fog has left. But again, from your perspective, your reality is that you've been beaten and tortured overnight. Well, or into the nighttime.
Do I recognize this old man? Now,
You do.
I will look to him and wait for him to do.
Do what?
I'll just look to him and wait for him to do something. Say something.
I'll approach him. Well, a blade, a needle, something to draw blood. I'll
Now's,
say that loud enough. Like, I'm not trying to hide that. I'm saying that openly to the rest of the group.
now is not the time for that. We have to discuss.
Well, me too, Simo.
We are charged today, boys. Holy.
Please, everyone, eat your food. You must be exhausted.
Milo, this is the one that brought me to your cell. He can be trusted.
Okay. We just eat? Wait, why the sudden change of heart?
This isn't a change of heart. It's a change of tactic. I've spoken with some of my followers to spread the word that your group might be strong and useful. I couldn't quite think of what I would use you for, or how I could keep you safe and strong enough to do anything. But we've caught it early, and I have come up with something, but please, everyone eat first. There are...
Grab a bowl and start eating.
How do we know it's not poisoned? You've been torturing us for hours.
He can be trusted, Peaches.
Well,
He let me out of my cell, and he brought me to Milo.
Right.
So with Milo.
and you've already been poisoned.
Are the bullywugs okay?
Very noble of you to ask. Yes, they were allowed to leave freely.
Sounds like there's a but.
There is no but.
You said we've already been poisoned. The gonna kill us kind? What does that mean?
Look, I know that this is going to be hard to grasp, given how your body feels, given the blood that you likely see trickling down your own skin. None of you have been tortured. You were fed a poison, a toxin that lingers in your mouth and seeps into your brain very quickly. It's made you think that more time has passed than actually has, and for you in particular, Feyorn, you've had a pretty severe dose.
Is it? I guess. Are we gonna die from it? Just like Milo asked?
No. Some people do. I suspect that nobody here will. Some that can't handle it.
Feyorn looks like he's about to be blown over by a light wind.
And they very well may. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to outlast this thing. Though I've never seen anyone sign up for as long as he's about to endure, so I could be wrong.
Are we going back in there?
Well, I've come to you all with a choice that you can all make. You see, you have a friend here who doesn't look quite as beat down as the rest of you. Yet it's because we've discovered that for some reason, he's unaffected. Something within him is preventing this from working. Typically, it's creatures of the sea that don't have this reaction. And I don't see any reason why he should be immune, but he is. There's something inside of him preventing him from feeling the effects. So I have a choice for you all. I believe that by ingesting some of his blood, not much, you could feel those immune effects for at least the day, which would get you through, guaranteed. You would just have to pretend as though it's working. The second option, there's a problem that exists on our borders. A creature, one that we revere, and thus are not allowed to interact with in a combative manner, has been killing our people. But we can't touch it. Not with our own hand or our own blades. I've convinced some of my followers to allow you to take on the task of dealing with that problem, which would get you out of your 9 days immediately. And I would have the benefit, if you succeed, of potentially taking over this lair.
I have a question for you.
Very well.
Do the sahuagin react to this poison?
Some do. And some don't. Given enough, anyone will.
If you take the throne, what happens to the queen?
She would fall in the ranks, and given her arrogance and her ego, she would likely do something rash. And it might have her removed.
Well, I may have some use for her.
And how is that?
How do you say Azure Sea in Draconic?
I'm reporting.
Um, if you help me take care of her, I will remove her from your lair. No questions asked.
If I take over this lair, she would still be a high-ranking official. Likely a warlord. She would have to do something egregious, which I don't doubt that she will. But I can't ensure that. If she does, though, you can do whatever you need to.
Wyatt, what business do you have with the Queen?
How do you say Lizessi in
I don't know how much time we have to discuss my dealings with the Queen. But if it does come to it, I'd appreciate it if you keep her alive.
We have no reason to execute a standing queen or one who was just removed. We exile those who do not fit the lair. But again, to each of you, you have a decision to make. And whatever that decision is, whether it's taking your punishment as it stands and leaving, drinking your friend's blood and faking the punishment and leaving, or helping me to succeed the Queen and take over, you have to choose, and you have to choose together.
We believe everything he's saying with no strings attached.
Give me an insight check.
Also, what Peaches already is cautious of Grix.
Mhm.
Would she be able to figure out what exactly it is in his blood that is causing this
What I
based
would...
on
Sure, good.
prior? Yeah, just based on everything that's happened the past week?
I would say I don't think that you have any special information outside of what your character already knows. So I think this is one of those instances where if you're piecing something together, I don't think you've gained anything from situations where Peaches wasn't already there. So whatever conclusions you might be drawing, Peaches can draw those conclusions.
All right, and I rolled a 23 for insight.
For insight? Okay. On a 23, you gather that he is being pretty sincere. So sincere, in fact, that you can see that he is where he gets the most excited is talking about succeeding the queen. But that's not to say that everything else isn't sincere as well. What's that?
So that's his end goal either way.
Yes, but he is also genuine in his like wanting you to eat and like trying to get you out of the situation.
And so I imagine we were just like eating while this conversation was happening.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
If that's what you would be doing, if you want to leave it alone, be my guest.
To the elder, which of these choices best ensures that I see my friend again?
Well, if I have command of the lair, then you have an ally who commands a lair. And I could see to it that perhaps more information is gathered. And, well, we could speak more about the details of why I am motivated to find him as well.
If we're gonna fight, we need to rest. We need our weapons, our gear. They're just gonna hand that over to us?
You'll have to leave the lair first. And let me tell you, I am risking everything if you do not come back. It's a gamble I'm willing to take. Because I know who you are. You specifically. And I know that you wouldn't back down. Not with something so dear on the line, isn't that right?
You two know each other?
Yeah, it's a mutual interest. I didn't know I knew him until we were here. I mean, I think I would much rather fight versus trying to deceive the lizard folk. Nothing against you, Grix, but if we take your blood, we have to fake whatever this is and risk being caught faking versus willingly being let outside to, I don't know, do what we've kind of done best thus far, but I'm willing to hear what everybody else thinks.
I would like to point out, I think we know why he's not affected by it if it's something from the sea. And if we drink his blood, it might affect us too. He drank that black water.
You think Grix is...
He sang that song and passed out. He was in there with Gellin. That song played. He's been weird ever since. Then he sings the song and he passes out, and suddenly he's not affected by something because of his bloodline that's somehow connected to the sea.
Grix, do you remember passing out?
I remember humming that song, and I woke up in my cell. That's what I remember.
We watched it happen.
Yeah. I just thought if Grix remembered it happening,
I don't
then...
remember drinking black water. You would think I would remember something like that.
You would think that song wouldn't affect you like that. You've already sang it how many times before? And suddenly after your encounter with Gellin, you pass out while singing it?
Does Wyatt think he's telling the truth about not drinking the black water?
Good call.
Does Wyatt think
Good
he's telling
answer.
the truth about not drinking? I think the only way to settle this is to roll. Yeah,
I think Grix just doesn't say what he's rolling. He just rolls against
that's
it.
right.
Persuasion or deception, and doesn't tell.
Yeah, so insight from you, Simo.
I rolled a 8, not too high.
Fuck. Now we'll never know.
Unless he rolls a 1.
I'd like to also insight check him.
Ooh.
Not because of your low roll.
Yeah.
Just something
You're
else.
listening. Yeah. Go on.
Oh, I rolled that. There you go. We rolled the same.
Okay. Yeah, so from both of you, he's very, very hard to read right now. Probably because of the state that you're in, but as far as you can tell, it seems like he's pretty genuine. He seems a little confused about it, not sure.
Either way, it's a risk. I think I'm with Milo. I think our best bet isn't to drink Grix's blood, but to try and assist. And sorry, what's your name? I point at the wizard.
Sauriv.
To assist Sauriv. Is it Sauriv like Sauron or Sauriv like Sam?
It's like Sauron, but R-I-V at the end.
I don't know why I said salmon when that's a silent L, but you know what
So, Saruman. No, I'm just kidding. If we go back in there, Will, you said it could potentially kill us if we have high amounts of that.
If your body and mind can't put up with it, if you're not resilient.
How do we negate the effects it's taking on us currently?
Gotta drink some blood.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, provided we don't hear that music, I don't really see. I mean, obviously, it does bad, but
I refuse to be in Gellin's pocket, even if it means not recovering from this.
so you'd rather.
I've already been fucked over by multiple people from that council. I'm not taking another one.
So you'd rather, be tortured? Let this be dragged out?
No. I'm saying I would rather go and do whatever quest he wants us to do to help him overthrow the lair. Or the queen or whatever.
Our interests are aligned, Sauriv. I'll help you with your queen. If you help me.
Well, I can't promise that she will do anything of her own accord, but I know that she won't be pleased, so if anything happens, I'll be sure that she's exiled out the front door. Quickly. And for the rest of you, I would just say this: if you choose not to partake in your friend's offering of his own blood, just know that it's an option. There are a lot of things, not just this toxin that he is immune to. There are many toxins, many poisons and many tricks of the sea that I'm sure he will not be falling victim to, and you all would.
Skill diff, sorry guys.
So if not now, then in the future, know that it's an option.
So
If we can prove it doesn't affect us the same way that it affects him to hear that music, sure.
well, the only way to prove that is by somebody else taking my blood.
I'm not going to be that person. That's all I'm saying.
You said we got bowls, correct?
Bowls, yeah.
What kind of bowl? Like what? Like this is gonna sound like a stupid question, but what are they made of? Is it wood? Listen, if it's wood, then I'm not gonna bother going any further. But if it's like maybe like carved out of stone or something like that,
Yeah,
or,
fine china. They pulled out
I
their
just love
fine
that
china
question.
from the china cabinet.
It's like a bowl, crudely carved out of like a driftwood.
okay, so not like even if I broke it, it wouldn't be sharp enough to puncture skin.
No, it probably would.
Okay. Well, after eating, I'm going to set the bowl dome side up, and I'm gonna step on it to attempt to smash it.
Okay.
Since I don't know, he hasn't provided me with a fucking knife.
Just give me a quick strength check. Just a quick one.
Oh, don't do this to me, Frank.
I just want you to break your ankle, to be honest.
I got a 7.
7? Okay. All right, so I'll just say you kind of stomp on it and your foot slides off and you kind of go at it a couple times. It's really pathetic looking, but eventually you do get it.
That adds up. I'll take up like a as serrated as a piece I guess I can find.
Okay.
And kind of put it on across my hand, my palm.
Mm-hmm.
So who's gonna be the unlucky victim? Give it a shot.
If there's any chance that black water is in your blood, I'm out.
I'm out.
For that reason, I'm out.
It's like Dragon's Den.
Fucking
Oh, we are in a Dragon's Den.
Kevin O'Leary. Hi guys,
Oh my God.
welcome to my blood.
And a shark.
My blood is deficient in iron and vitamin A, but you need to drink it. Please do so.
I'm willing to give you 5% equity.
I drank someone's
What
blood
color is
before.
your blood?
It didn't work out. I'm out.
It looks a little watery. I'm out.
What's,
All right.
Wait.
If you cut yourself, what color is your blood?
We're gonna find out. I'm not about to cut myself if no one's gonna do it.
Also, you didn't have to break the bowl. You could have just used one of my talons, but sure.
You would have liked that, wouldn't you?
A little bit, yeah.
What are we waiting on here, Wyatt?
It's the call.
Don't think, just do.
I won't be offended.
I'll take the gamble.
You're gonna take the deal?
All right. So you're cutting your hand?
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut. Does that do any damage to me?
I'll say no. I'll say
Okay, thank you.
pretty.
Thank you very much.
As he's kind of like cutting, and I'm like about to, I don't know, like.
I'm not gonna just like, oh, you fucking kneel down. I'll bring it to you. I'll bring my hand to you.
Like the ending of Twilight.
But like, before I drink it, I'll just kind of turn to Sauriv and I'll say, "Don't you think it's a little weird that I'm not immune to it?"
Perhaps it was your time away from your people and away from the sea. It is a little strange, though. It should still be in your blood. We should have had to use a higher dose.
And I'll just drink it.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
No, wait, what color was it?
It just looked like blood. Just looked like regular
Okay,
goblin
okay.
blood.
I really hope I don't have goblin aids.
It looks like coffee ground.
Now I have goblin aids.
And all of a sudden, Wyatt, your crotch feels itchy.
That's not AIDS. That's something else.
Yeah, something way worse.
You got all of it.
Goblinria. All right.
Yeah, so I guess I'll cut my hand and kind of bring my hand over to Wyatt. Sorry. Well, bottoms up, and I'll just like hold my hand up in the air. Chug jug, baby.
Did you not just have, cut your own hand and just like blood packed it? Do you have to drink it?
You know, Peaches, it's a little late for that now.
Well,
Maybe keep your
just didn't
comments to
think over
yourself.
it.
well, he did say consume it. He didn't say inject it. He did say consume it.
I mean,
Can't consume through your blood, can you?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know. I don't know much about science.
Do I start to feel better already? Like,
I will say the effects are not immediate.
mm,
You don't really feel much while you're still hanging out in this room. But we'll get there. Don't you worry. I'll tell you what's going on.
okay.
7.
And
Do we want to try it? We can test it out.
Sorry.
I can sing that song.
Sorry. No, we can't afford
Oh,
to have both of you
yeah.
passed out right now.
or worse, right? Eleander broke out in a fit of rage. If Grix passes out, God only knows how Wyatt would be
Mhm.
affected.
Plus, Brent's had time to think about it over the last 2 weeks.
And that guy's fucking bricked up. Seen a smile on his face and he licked his hand.
No way, dude.
Oh, sure. How do you... Sorry. I know it's a far cry to ask you to get our items back, and we've already asked, but can we at least get our focuses back? My necklace and whatever Wyatt's focus is. And Grix.
You won't have anything back until you leave. Whether that's because you've served your time or because you're going on this quest that I'm sending you on. And I need to be clear, is that the case? That you're agreeing? So far, your ambassador here has agreed, but is anybody else?
I'm in agreement. As long as the second we leave this lair, we get those items back. We get all of our possessions back.
I
You
need my
will.
necklace. Not just for the fact of spellcasting, but it's important to me.
You'll leave here with everything you came in with. We'll need you at your
Do we
full
have
strength.
to face that thing first?
That is the only thing you'll be doing. You will go there, and you will come back here with evidence that you've succeeded. And might I say, so bold of you all to accept a challenge that you don't even know what it is. You just know that some of our people have died to it.
Feyorn will be
Some of your
joining
people have
us.
died to us.
That is true.
Like I said, our interests are aligned.
Well, I have no way of holding you to your actions and to your words. I just trust that, well, that we truly are aligned. And he looks at you, Milo. In our goals, our deep-seated goals. Now, unfortunately, given its position in the hierarchy of lizard folk and how revered it is, I cannot tell you what you will be facing. I can only tell you the name that we've given it. We call it Thousand Teeth. And you will be seeking it out in the swamps to the north of us. I'll draw up a map, and you can head there tomorrow morning. I can only assume that my seconds in command have already spread word and are changing the tides of opinion, which will allow you to walk out of here and set out.
This includes Feyorn, correct? In his sentence? His
It will-
sentence is...
It will be all of you. And if
And
you
what if you
fail, you're
change the
back in the
tides?
cages. Sorry?
And what if you don't change the tides? What if we have
I'll be calling
people
towards
try to stop us?
Well, if they don't change the tides, then you won't have a choice. You'll be back in those cells, and you'll serve your sentences. From my perspective, you'll be here for maybe 2 days. Feyorn, maybe 4. But you can trust in my seconds. They will do what they need to do.
What of our friend?
Yes, where's Orcus?
He will stay behind.
As a sort of insurance?
You can think of it that way.
Can we see him before we leave?
Unfortunately not.
Is he alive?
Yes.
Do I believe him?
Give me an insight check. You're rolling privately. I can't see.
Oh, I got an 11.
An 11?
Yes, sir. 8 plus 3.
You believe him.
But does
We do.
Ethan believe him?
Because the DM said so.
Okay, that was fun.
Maybe not. I don't know.
When do we need to have this thing killed by?
As soon as possible. 2 days. Yeah, I don't think you'll need that much. It lives not far from here, which is why it was able to pick off so many of us. You will either fail miserably, and you will be gone for much longer than that. But you should be back within the day. I'll give you a
Is it-
leeway of 48 hours.
As long as you give us time to rest before we go.
You'll rest
Is it
tonight.
aquatic or land or terrestrial? Or amphibian?
Or Orin?
What I can tell you is that we revere this creature.
That
And that's all.
doesn't answer my question. Can it come? Does it go in the water? Can it come out of the water? Does it live in the water? Does it live on the land?
We aren't allowed to speak of it, and I apologize. I would love to prepare you as best you can. Be prepared. It is a tyrant. And if we were able to kill it with our own hands, we would.
How you said it lives north in the swamp from here. How do we know when we found it? Is there like a cavern that it lives in or some sort of identifier?
I will say it is impossible to be anywhere near where it stays and not know that that's where it stays. There will be signs, big signs, telling you where to go. And the map will point you in the right direction. At this, there's a lizard folk that cracks open the door, kind of peeks his head in, just kind of like looks around at everybody, looks at Sauriv, and just gives a nod, and goes back out. Well, then it's set. It's been passed up the command, and a vote has been taken. If you choose to go, you are free to go. You can rest and leave in the morning.
Proper rest.
A proper rest. In your cells.
Why can't we stay
You
here
have to be
together?
separated.
That's just the way things are.
Well, you're letting us go tomorrow. I don't really see what much difference it makes.
You'll have the next little while to discuss amongst yourselves whatever strategy you need. But then you must rest on your own. We can't trust. Unfortunately, I do, but as a lair, we can't trust the 5 of you together to not just break out.
You can't lock these doors that we're, in this room that we're in.
Doors are not impenetrable. Not by 5.
Even
5 warriors.
Do I look like a warrior to you?
No, but you act like one.
you look like a shithead.
Peach is enough. Adults are talking.
Fuck you.
Anyways, I'll bring in some crosswords and the wordle of the day, and you can play with that before you set off.
Ooh.
The dolls. They're anything but, I've heard.
I saw a book at Chapters called Myrtle, I think. And it's like an entire book of like daily puzzles that you can do. And it's like
Okay.
logic puzzles and everything. You gotta get it for the shop.
I will.
You can just find stuff
was like,
online. You don't need a book.
Yeah, we do the dolls every
For the
day because they're
lobby.
anything
No,
but.
to have on the tables at the escape room.
Yeah, for the lobby.
So you'll give us some time before you put us back in our cells?
I will. I can leave you here alone if you prefer.
Yes. Let us discuss amongst ourselves for a moment.
Very
That's
well.
just when we need to get back to our cells.
I will. Or just leave the room. There will be somebody there to guide you.
Okay.
As he walks by you, Feyorn, he kind of like puts his hand on your shoulder and just kind of like pats you on the back. Just looks you up and down and moves on, walks out.
I'm gonna take this moment to take a quick break to stretch out my back and
Sure.
grab some water.
Can I follow him?
You want to follow him out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the door opens. There's a couple of guards standing outside. And he like turns back to you. What do you need?
I'm ready to go back to my cell.
And he like kind of like looks in the room. Very well. You must be exhausted. And he kind of nods to one of the guards. And he ushers you, kind of walks down to guide you. Okay.
Can I like take
So,
peeks down spots? Like, they just look like rooms. Are they closed? Are all these doors closed?
They're open.
Oh, I see.
They're open.
And where does he go?
So he goes up. So this one, him?
Yeah.
Oh, he just kind of goes up this way, and he goes north. So past your room, this guard leads you this way.
I see.
So Sauriv goes up.
So can I walk and talk with him
Sure.
as we're walking to the room?
Sure.
Would you be offended if I sacrificed your queen to my god?
Kind of takes a pause. If she is still my queen, then yes, and I would be committed seeking justice against you. If she is no longer my queen and no longer part of my lair, that's a key difference, then she's in exile, and I don't much care. Though I am curious, as a fellow lizard folk, what god is it that you've stumbled upon that would require you to sacrifice?
I have found new purpose in another.
Then not one native or natural to us.
He is aquatic in nature.
And maybe a tyrant, just like the queen herself. Perhaps they will do well together. And such I would support you if she is exiled.
And we'll leave it at that. If she's exiled, I may need your help. Well, if you're going to exile her, I doubt you'll help, but I guess I'll take care of it myself.
Such a strange request. But I can't complain if it leads us to the same goal.
Exactly. Have a good night.
Kind of gives you a funny look, and as you kind of like turn away, he like holds up his hand and like reaches out to your face, and he like wipes off a little drop of blood that was on your lip, and he just wipes it on his clothes and walks away. The four of you are in the mood.
Well, seems like we've got ourselves a new quest or new mission, so to speak. And we have chosen to accept it, knowing nothing except that it's named Thousand Teeth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we weren't given much of an option.
You could have drank my blood.
Yeah, sure. But outside of the blood, just in itself, I mean, who's gonna be able to keep up the charade of thinking or understanding or pretending that we're being tortured? And it just seemed there's just risk involved, and I can't take any risk. Not of that nature.
I understand. I did promise I'd get you out, didn't I?
You did, and I'm thankful for that. Thank you.
You don't need to thank a friend.
This black water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if it's true, you're in danger.
Is it true?
I told you, I don't have a memory of consuming black water.
What happened at Gellen's?
I've told you already what happened there. I remember walking in. Fucking, oh my god, I have to pull it up exactly what you said now. It's been ran like.
Yeah, we need you to remind us because it's so far up in our notes as well.
Oh my god.
I remember he was holding Captain Longass against his will. There was 2 suits of armor. That they were controlled by something or someone. And I remember being scared of Gellin, that he was going to kill me. I was afraid for my life. I do not know why, but I remember being afraid that he was going to kill me. That is what I remember.
You can either choose to believe me or not. But this will be the last time I go over this. Unless somebody needs a refresher in a week or two.
It's not that we
Put that into a short so that we can just
yeah yeah just play the short. I guess I can't speak for Peaches and Feyorn. I believe you, Grix. I believe that what you think happened is your truth. But we saw Eleander much the same, where he believed that he needed to kill those people on the ship. He believed that he needed to fight us. So I don't think what you're saying is wrong in a sense, but there definitely seem to be some disconnects in what Peaches remembers hearing, and obviously you passing out.
It's definitely not natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's fair.
Last
I
time
mean-
Feyorn thought something wasn't natural.
Wow.
You haven't seen any of those tendencies from me, have you?
You're not safe anymore. Above table, you're not safe anymore. Oh,
24-hour
Lemon's gonna kill Ethan.
I need
Oh.
somebody to watch this whole episode back and only listen to Lemon.
He's right, it's not natural, but we'll just have to be cautious with it. And hope that for the sake of you and all of us, we don't hear the melody or the music or whatever it is. It seems manageable.
I already have a plan for the next time we enter Saltmarsh, if that's what you're worried about.
What do you have planned?
Well, it
He's
seems,
gonna kill an entire ship.
well, it seems that this Blackwater can be activated by that tune I was humming before I passed out in the throne room. So if there's a way for me to block out noise or me hearing anything, I might have to do that.
And
There's a famous artist in Goblin Society, Van Goblin.
wow, tell us more.
Can't get out.
He cut off his ear. I might have to follow suit, or I'll clog him.
Man, Goblin.
This is
Goblin.
and I under one step at a time, but what if push comes to shove with Gellin?
Like I said, I feared for my life from him. There was obviously a reason for that. Now that particular, reason, I don't know. I would like to get to the bottom of it. But my concern is not with him anymore. My concern is to getting us out of here, ensuring our
Yeah.
safety,
First
possibly
things
getting this
first.
black water out of here. But I think we focus on the present now. And
You
our
feared for
short
your life
future.
from him because he was threatening you. That's the whole part of that. He was threatening you. I thought you were going to die by his hand. That is true.
So did I. What was he threatening me with, though? Do you remember?
Well, for starters, it sounded like he was showing you his entire plan so that he could stab you and kill you and blame it on someone else. It was almost as if he wanted you to know it was him. But that's just from my perspective of only being able to hear the conversation. But you are right in fearing him, because I truly believe that if he hadn't thought of that black water, you would be dead right now.
Like I said, I think we focus on the present and towards our next goal. I think we deal with Gellin and the rest of Saltmarsh after we handle this predicament that we're in at the moment.
Yeah, we should
What
rest.
the fuck is a sahuagin?
So
Would
these
our
nuts.
characters stop?
You
That
saw
was,
it.
that was bound. That was bound to
I'm
happen.
gonna call Gellin back so that he can kill you.
You saw the sahuagin.
Yes, but do our characters know what they are?
Yes. Yes. Because it was
Gotcha.
explained to you by the queen. Oh yeah, you weren't here that session. She has a
I
sahuagin
was
tied up in the throne room. She told you what they were.
Oh, that's what that thing is. That's the water creatures, the Sahuagin.
You saw
Yeah,
it.
that's the things you
Doc.
fought in.
And that's
session
what we
one.
fought on the docks that
Yeah.
first night?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Let me remind
So
you.
chances are,
I'm not there, but I just want to remind you that I asked him if the sahuagin feel the effects of the poison, and he said some do and some don't. Just saying.
I'm not smart enough to know what that means, man.
the ones that are affected or that are affected by or affect the black water are immune to it. So not all sahuagin are affected by the black water.
Not all black water affects the sahuagins.
Well, I feel like they control it more than are affected by it. Which might be something. Maybe Gellin is in alliance with the sahuagin.
Some tie to
Maybe
it.
he
Yeah.
wants this war to happen.
Well, what reason would he want
Why
that, though?
was Captain Longass with him? If Longass was providing the armaments to the lizard folk, and Gellin has access to the black water, who's the controlled by the sahuagin, and those two are natural enemies. What does he have to gain from a war from it?
Profiteering. Arming both sides.
What
Oh
is it?
no! Okay, wait. Is he the investor? Is he the one funding the war? Those two pirates in the place, the hideout.
Yeah.
We're talking about an investor. He's the richest person in I'm like above table right now. He's the richest person in Saltmarsh, and he's providing the fucking weapons for the sahuagin and for the lizard folk, and getting black water from the sahuagin. He's making money from all of this. He's investing in all of it to create it.
He's the D&D version of Tony Stark.
Was she there that session? Was she in the hideout?
She
No,
I've
she's
watched
speaking above
every-
table though.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
doing
I'm
it
speaking
before.
above table. I'm speaking above
Yeah.
table because
She technically
Peaches was
wasn't
not there. She was with Grix
Yeah, I
at
just-
that moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess that's metagaming. I apologize.
That's okay. Do your thing. You just had a little nerd out moment. It's okay.
So that'll bring us
Tangled
back to
webs.
what does Gellin gain from all of that? I'm literally shaking, right?
The one who sells the sticks is the winner of the war, ultimately. But I think that's a bigger fish to fry at a later date. I think
Yeah.
we focus on the here and the
I'm not
now and
fried
what we
fish.
have in the battle that we have to prepare for, inevitably. Saltmarsh and Gellin. That's a distance away. We need to focus on getting out of here, dealing with this 1,000-teeth creature thing that we are being told to hunt down. And,
What if it's just two sharks sewn to each other?
Fucking terrifying.
Be about 1,000 teeth.
It's gonna be my new
Sorry.
favorite movie, Shark Centipede.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
Well-
God, they're just one is chomping the other one's tail. It's just totally useless.
do we head back to our cells, get some sleep?
Fuck.
Oh, Tanner, your camera.
I'm a ventriloquist. You guys should see my puppet show. It's fucking wild.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna have a sock on his hand.
I don't want to know where that sock's been.
Okay.
Why isn't it moving?
Oh,
So, such a swift talk.
Put it,
Dip
in
in
the,
the
put it in
sock.
the microwave, bro.
that's fun.
Oh, dude, you got
All right, I say we
Phrank.
rest.
You got Phrank
Yeah,
good.
Let's.
Okay.
I'm
you
good
guys
to
are
rest.
in the microwave.
Okay, so one by one, the guards come. They bring you guys back to your cells, and
Peaches is gonna sneak a bit of extra food with her.
okay. So you grab up what you can, sneak that in. your cell. Everybody guys goes back to their cells.
Frank.
Yeah.
Actually, no. No, it's okay. Never mind.
What?
Can I
Go ahead.
keep?
Nothing.
Can I
Actually,
keep my
before-
wooden shiv that I have?
Sure.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're not really being too particular about checking you at this moment.
I want whatever one is leading me to my cell. I want to attempt to stab him in the neck.
Okay, go
Oh,
ahead and roll
wait,
I'm
ahead.
kidding. I'm
Everybody
kidding.
roll initiative. No, it's fine.
No, you said it.
Okay. So you guys all go back to your cells, lock up, and if there's nothing else that you guys want to do, bear in mind your rooms are totally dark, outside of maybe the light creeping through under the door. The night is
I do
yours.
have something that I want to do before we all head back to our cells.
Okay.
I want to cast. I don't know if it'll work or do anything, but I want to cast Cure Wounds on Feyorn just to make sure that he doesn't die through the night from this shit.
You can't.
no spell
You
focus.
can't. No spell
focus.
Come on now.
Is that?
It's verbal somatic.
Yeah, but you still need a spell focus to cast it.
Only if it's something that needs material. You said, okay, wait, that's what we were questioning. You said you were
Oh,
gonna
yeah, right.
define the rules of that.
Right. No. You are right, actually. You can technically do that. Which is weird, by the way. That was like a huge shift in my perspective on this game. I didn't
Sorry,
think that
but
was.
yeah, Sam Billette really got fucked with that.
Yeah, but that is actually kind of interesting for everybody to learn, by the way. There are
Without
certain-
material, you can use any spell.
That's
if
right.
it doesn't require
so the
material.
spell focus
Okay.
is used to replace the material component.
Oh.
So if it doesn't require a material component, and I'll let you guys use either way. So if somebody takes your focus and you find the materials, you can cast that spell. But some spells don't require a focus, which was like a huge
What about
mindfuck to me.
spells with material with gold value? Because that was always you needed that.
There's nothing that replaces that. You still
Okay.
need to get that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you still
Where
need
am I?
that item.
Where am I supposed to get bug cum in bourbon to cast disintegrate, Frank? Where the fuck am I supposed to get that?
Really
I can
tiny
get you
fingers.
the first thing.
I
Okay.
mean, actually, Feyorn might be able to get you the first thing.
How-
They are in wild shape.
Dude, he's got some on him right now. What do you mean? Oh, he wild shapes. Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that's going on.
how do
Feyorn.
I know
Oh,
if
shit.
I don't know if
Sorry?
if a spell has a like if I need a focus for it or not.
So
It
it'll
should-
say a
It'll
material.
say
that-
like VSM next.
So,
Yeah, but
but how
that's-
do I
any
know
of
that
it.
I need a focus?
because
If it's the M,
yeah, if there's an M, so
Okay.
material.
Okay.
yeah, it replaces materials.
So then anything else with V or S I can just cast without a spell focus.
You can just cast it.
If you're not okay, so well, that's the thing. If you like verbal, if you're silenced, you can't cast spells. If your hands are bound, you can't cast anything that's somatic. Like if you're
Yep.
physically unable to move, you can't cast a somatic spell. If you can't talk, then you can't cast a verbal spell, and you don't. If you don't have an arcane focus or materials, you can't cast a material spell.
Learn that in Baldur's Gate.
There you go. There's ways
I
to do
learned
it
that
if you
in
are
15 years of D&D.
Okay, so
You
just
wanna heal
because
me?
we're a little deep in the session here, I'm gonna have you guys do your rest if there's nothing else.
Long
What-
rest.
What was the healing you wanted to heal?
I rolled 10.
She was
10.
basically just
sorry.
making sure that you can make it through the night.
I
in
didn't
case
see the
anything
10.
happens to you.
Okay, okay,
Oh
okay.
my god, we're getting a long rest. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, now listen, I don't want to be that guy, but were we provided with like bed rolls or like what's that like? Do we have exhaustion or not?
So you were not provided with bed rolls. The worst of it, though, that I'll say that you guys will suffer, given the level of exhaustion this poison has done to your brains, I'm going to say you're going to be just fine sleeping through the night on the stone floor. Grix, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
Yes, sir.
Potted plant, potted plant, potted plant.
You're good.
Wow.
You don't even know what it was for.
Nope, I don't care. I got an nat 20.
Okay, so you're good. You're good. Everybody gets their long rest.
That's what I thought. I also get plus 20 max HP because I rolled that 20. I think.
That's what it is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, dude, oh,
I have a
perfect.
question.
I think I know what that is.
Yes.
So, so like I guess we were like brought down to low hit points.
Yes.
As I'm
We're at like 2
getting
hit
ready
points.
to long rest, was that like a mirage? Like did that low hit point actually exist? Like was my character?
You actually went down to 2.
Oh, okay.
It's just psychic damage that was done to you.
Okay.
I take that every day at work.
Okay, so at this, the
Hey,
morning comes.
Lemon, the stream stop. The
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got it. It's my bad.
So
I was vibing to it.
the morning comes. You don't know that it's morning because you're in a cave, but a guard comes to collect each of you, and they promptly walk you out of the building. There's 2 guards leading you in the front, and there's 3 guards leading you in the back. They single file you out. You do not see Sauriv, but one of them hands you a map. They don't say a single word in common to you. They just walk you straight up. Now, I am going to group you all. So if I can just get
Yeah,
you
good luck, buddy.
in the hallway.
Upon them giving us the map, I will. I'll be the one to take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Fireball on it. Yeah.
Stack you
I
right.
don't even have fireball.
That's what you think.
Damn.
It's a level 5 spell.
You don't know my feats.
Wait, is it level 5? I thought it was level 3.
For sorcerer, it's level 3.
How is level 5?
Feats are a good thing, baby.
I love feet.
Dude, on.
No, that's not what this stream is. Frank already has his dogs out every fucking day that he wears his flip flops. We don't need feet on the street.
Oh, Frank got the
He's
dog
got
out
his
at work.
dogs out, yo.
Those dogs out in the open for free? For free?
Did we by chance did they hit us with any milestones and leave them in our cells for us to wake up to?
So you check in your bags. There's some dust from those stone walls that fell in, but you look through the dust.
I'll take it.
None of them feel Miley to you. Yeah. Sorry.
Ooh, actually, Sorry, that's something that I would have wanted to do actually before we left the cells, like throughout the night or before I go to sleep, as I want to try and like use my talons to pick at the stone
Oh, okay.
to try and gather like components in case I don't get my arcane focus back.
Gotcha. Or maybe if you lose it.
Specifically looking for mica.
Mica?
Mica? Like a chip
Mica?
of, yeah.
Okay. How's with this? Roll me a. What do we want to do? Roll me a nature check.
Um,
What you got?
do I have advantage because of my dwarven brethren?
You know what? That's actually a good point. I'll give it to you. Oof.
Oh.
You know this stone like you know your own feathers. And this stone is talking shit and doesn't give you anything, Peaches.
It ain't Micah.
It is cold. It's cold. Okay. What is going on with this scene? Sorry. I think my foundry's crashing.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
because
open the
Ethan
door.
keeps
Ethan,
closing and
stop
opening the
clicking on
door.
the door.
Oh wow, everything's laggy. Okay, we're
Yeah.
good.
Shout out
We're good.
Ethan.
Okay. They walk you at the front door,
Yo, pincer movement. Let's go.
drop your stuff on the other side of it, close the door, and send you on your way. You have everything that you came in with. All your stuff is back in your possessions, unaltered, and they give you a map that points not too far from here, just to the north, deeper into the swamp. So,
I absolutely scramble for my necklace.
and you find it very quickly, also just untouched. It's clear that your stuff has been sifted through, but I think they just found what they anticipated, and so
This crazy bitch is carrying ashes.
so they left you alone for the most part. Okay, so your layer is there, right here where I'm pinging. So basically within the same little grid on this map here, just at the top of it rather, is where you're headed. You tell me if you deviate, otherwise I'm just gonna load up your next scene.
Feyorn,
Yeah.
do you maybe want to go try to find those bullywugs of yours? Or we go take on this mystery beast?
Oh shit.
The hell is this girl?
Frank,
Do you wanna
how
leave them out of this?
well did I learn to communicate with them through the crown in my time?
So I will say, given that from your perspective, you are having your ass handed to you, if this were like 100% bar that you were trying to fill, I'll say you got like 5% of the way there.
Ooh.
Hey,
Yeah.
progress is progress, baby.
You learn the
This is
swear
fun,
words.
though.
That's it.
Go, Barb, yourself.
I think they've had enough fight for a little bit.
Okay. Decide ask. Everybody's ready to go and has all their things accounted for.
Does Feyorn have this staff? Above
Yeah,
table?
I should know.
Yep.
Yep.
Tanner really wants to know what the fuck the staff does, so
Uh-huh.
you know,
Uh-huh.
take your time attuning to it.
Oh, I didn't have it the whole time I was in the cell. Yeah, I know. I will, just for you.
No deviation.
Heading right there.
Okay. So, you head your way up. It is not a long distance. You're walking less than an hour. It's about 45 minutes. And when you get kind of out there, you can see where the map is pointed. You can see it's maybe a couple hundred feet away from you. And it's this oddly, almost like a big dome that's been formed by these swamp trees. There's been a lot of swamp trees as you've kind of been trekking your way through, but there is this almost dome as this canopy kind of reaches up way overhead. What's that?
Like mangroves?
Yes, but they're very oddly large and they reach very high up, and they're clearly covering this darkened area of this pool of water. You can see there are some remnants of some structures that have just been kind of demolished. There's some bricks laying around, some pieces of wood, maybe a roof tilted off to a side. And there seems to be this like almost black glow that's just radiating from within this grove. That is what you see as you approach.
Have I seen anything like this before? Or heard about anything like this?
Give me a nature check.
Ooh, nature.
While that's happening, can I divine sense?
Oh yeah, baby.
Wow, Grix is rolling like shit today.
Grix, you
won that 20.
This is so far out of your realm of knowledge, despite being a boggy type creature.
Yeah, sure. That's what you want to call us.
It's a little frightening that you've never seen anything like this.
I peed a little bit.
A boglin.
Is there any like bramble or anything like that around it?
Bramble, like bushes? Lots of bushes. Lots of bramble.
No, bramble as in like thorny bushes.
Thorny bushes? I'll say as you approach, you can see a couple.
Ridden Splash Mountain?
Dude, that ride is based off such a racist movie.
It's so bad. They're rebranding the ride.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's a good movie though. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
I have no idea what it is.
I don't know that either.
Okay. Couple brambles.
Shall I scout ahead in the air to see if I see anything?
For sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Can I, while Peaches is doing that, can I divine sense as well?
For sure. Can you remind me again what you're sensing?
He did that first.
Yeah.
So it just says presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ear. So until the end of my turn, I know the location of celestial, fiend, or undead that is not behind total cover within 60 feet. And within the same radius, I can detect a place I can detect a place or an object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Consecrated or desecrated.
Yeah. Well, it says as with the hollow spell.
Oh, I see. Okay, very good. Okay. What I'll tell you is you don't sense any of those things. You just get a whiff, a little sniff, that the land has been altered by something. And it doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell heavenly at all. It doesn't smell undead. Doesn't smell, consecrated.
Mm-hmm.
It just smells a little stinky.
I'm sorry, it says constipated or decimated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you haven't shit for days, but it's so bad you can smell it from the inside.
It's all this goddamn pasta, bro. We're fucking...
Lemon's not here to give us a fact.
Structures and such there. Would I have heard about like this, like possible like old city, like
Give me a history check.
Oh baby. Oh, don't mind if I douche-cadoodly do.
And Peaches can scout ahead.
I'll scout ahead.
I mean, you've heard of, even humans, dwarves, things like that, building stone structures, just making like small colonies here and there. You don't know the depth of it, but you've heard of it.
Well, Peaches, you want to fly ahead maybe? See what you might be able to spot?
Right. Let's go.
So, Peaches, you fly up, and you look in, and even where the sunlight breaks through the trees, it seems to be swallowed by some sort of just innate darkness under these trees. So you do not get to go inside.
Is it similar to the darkness that we saw with Gellin when we were no, sorry, what's his face? Eleander when we were fighting him?
No, not like that. This seems to glow, like there's an actual black light radiating from the inside.
So it's purple.
No,
It's a
it's not
black
UV.
light.
It's not UV. It's...
Oh.
Man, it looks like a Jackson Pollock in here. Can I hear anything?
Give me a perception check. 13. You hear the faint sound of sloshing water. Not like splashing, just like rolling water.
I want to try and get as close to the canopy as I can without being seen.
Okay.
Or detected or whatever. I'm on like high alert with this and full stealth mode.
Okay. I'll say as you get close, there is something that you notice. Curled up in a couple of the trees near the center of the little grove here. First of all, you notice that all the trees on the outside are bent in. There's only really one tree in the center of this whole outcropping. And in those trees near the center, there are two very large snakes rolled up in the trees.
Can I surmise what kind of snakes?
They are very similar to the ones that you fought on the dock, the big ones.
We fought snakes on the dock.
Yes. It was one that was, I can't remember if it actually got any attacks off, but if it had or if it hadn't, it was attempting to kind of like wrap around you. I think it was going after Milo.
Yeah, okay. Do they seem like they're watchdogs or are they sleeping?
No, they're awake.
Do I notice if they see me?
They do not see you.
Okay.
They're snakes. They're not looking up.
Can they look up?
Yes. Their whole body is a neck. Yes, they can look up. All right. I am going to fly back to the group and alert them as to what I saw.
Okay.
I
So now
don't
you'll know.
know if that's
want to.
it or if it's extra. But there's two giant snakes in the tree. They look like the ones we fought on the dock. I don't know. It's just darkness past them, right? It's like past them is just dark. That glowing dark.
Yep.
They might just be a lookout. Either way, they were just kind of chilling there. They didn't see me. But they might feel us coming. If I know anything about snakes, which I really don't, but they sense vibrations more than anything, I believe.
I heard they smell with their tongues.
Well,
That would be cool.
we approach cautiously.
Yeah. Did you see any teeth?
I saw two snakes and I saw darkness.
Very well.
And it's like an impenetrable darkness, so I don't know if it's caused by the snakes or if there's something underneath. But I did hear sloshing water, which there wasn't any water around the snakes that's below them, so I feel like there's maybe something else.
One way to find out.
Yeah. We approach with caution.
Leroy!
Milo, you want to lead the way?
Frank, or wait. Frank,
Oh.
in this type of environment, would I be able to discern like what might inhabit this type of environment?
Give me a nature check.
Okay.
Ooh, if you can like recognize its den or something.
Yes. Oh my god. It was so close.
Holy Moses!
It was
you
so
guys.
close to a nat 20.
You guys are crazy. I would say that you're just thrown off by this weird light that's coming out. You certainly haven't seen anything like it. You might have learned about it, but right now the adrenaline is just fogging you up.
Okay.
You know what I could do?
What's that?
I could, yes, a point of your choice within range, so you don't have to be able to see it. I could cast Shatter in the center of it.
Of the darkness?
I could
On
be going in blind, but whatever it is in there.
So,
You
so
would
I just want to clarify something. It's not like pitch black. As you guys get closer, you can still see. It's just eerily darker than it should be, given that it's just like tree shade basically. It's just a good chunk darker than it should be.
Okay, so then could I have seen something past the darkness? Because like I was looking
You
towards
did
the
not.
center.
You did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could cast Shatter.
I think whether or not this is Thousand Teeth, we're gonna have to get through these things. What say you fly that path again? Go ahead, Feyorn.
I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
Just, we can get in there. You just have to stick close to me.
Okay,
I can
All of
hide us
us?
all. Yep.
lead the way.
How?
A little bit of magic.
Ooh, once you see those snakes, you might be able to turn into. Oh wait, you've already seen them. You might be able to turn into one. Kind of infiltrate their ranks. You know,
I don't know how to speak snake.
your watch is done. It's my turn.
Lead the way, Feyorn. I'm behind you.
Are you still that guy?
Drop the. Ugh. Wait, were you naked
Why are
when
you
you
still a
turned into
lizard?
this thing? I think he's naked.
He's not
He had clothes. He had clothes.
He had close.
Trust
I
me,
thought
if
he
was
said he
naked,
didn't
Milo and I
because
would
he
be
didn't want to change his
all over
clothes.
Yeah. You'd think that I was a goblin too, the way I'd be fucking gobbling that shit up. You know, like that.
Why am I in this group?
I cast my spell here. Let me read it.
Thank you, Levin, for bringing us back.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
That's the
bring it back.
DM's job.
Oh, I like
Is
it.
Is it? I'm not babysitting, okay?
Whoa!
That's what I
Okay,
pay you
so
for.
are we
Oh, shit, I
sneaking?
forgot.
Are we sneaking past the snakes or sneaking up to the
We're s-
snakes?
We're sneaking up in there, and maybe we can
The
get a
snakes
better
are
look.
up in the tree, so they at least can't
Why,
get the
why don't we
surprise grab on
figure
it.
out what's in the middle first?
Well, we can, like I said, we can just walk in there
I trust you,
and figure it
Feyorn.
out.
I feel like that could still not go great.
I mean, we're just gonna
It
walk in
doesn't-
there anyways.
It doesn't turn us invisible. It just assists us, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just, I mean,
Just
I
be
trust me.
alert.
just be
Be
stealthy.
alert. Be alert for the snakes
Forehead.
trying to surprise attack from above.
Just be stealthy, forehead.
Very well. I have disadvantage on
sound
stealth, by the way.
We had a roll.
You have a plus 10 to it.
Okay, so
Okay,
it's Frank.
so-
We're sneaking
Yeah, if you
in.
roll on that one, you're still only rolling an 11.
Okay, so you're sneaking
Pretty
in. So
good.
give me a group stealth check. Everybody roll that stealth. Everybody's got
Plus
that
10.
10.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Oh,
Wait, what?
18,
Oh, it's plus 10, so 14.
13,
14.
a 14, an 18.
Okay, here we go.
What the two gangsters get?
Oh.
Mine's gonna be bad.
Come on, Tanner.
Mine's also 14.
Oh.
14 total.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
What's that
and a 7.
average?
Let me tell you, thank God for that plus 10 because you're fucking tripping over yourselves getting in here. Oh my God. Okay. So I will say, despite how low it starts, the plus 10 really bumps you up quite a bit. And the 28 is your fucking saving grace here. So you guys crawl your way up into this area here. Now again, it kind of plays out just like a fog as you kind of enter into this underneath these trees. And it's just like what you would anticipate. Like it's in terms of it being just like a kind of swampy area. You know, lily pads everywhere. There's like it's almost like eerily. There's this ground that surrounds the water just perfectly with these trees that grow out of the ground, and a little island of ground in the middle there that hosts its own tree. I need everybody to make a quick perception check as you're creeping your way in here.
We get a plus 10 to this too because I'm just kidding.
There we go. Okay. 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 All right. So 15, 24. Okay. So Grix and Feyorn, as you make your way in, you see a couple of bones sticking in the mud in a couple of different spots. It's a little bit hard to see, pretty covered in water, and there's moss everywhere, but you see clearly a couple of like humanoid-sized bones just jutting out here and there. Some of them broken, just snapped in half. Feyorn, the other thing you notice as you're kind of leading the group with this spell here, across the way, kind of near the middle of this water, you see the water swell for a brief moment and then go back down. You can also see the trees, as they were pointed out to you in the trees. You can see the two snakes hanging here and here.
So stupid.
You call that
Can
a
I
snake?
tell how deep the water is?
Give me a perception check. Actually, no, you got a 24. I'm going to keep that. It's surprisingly deep.
Yeah.
Not exactly where you are, but it drifts in to the point where you can't really see the bottom. And you know that that's got to be pretty deep.
Okay.
How far up the tree are they?
So that's about a 15-foot overhang. Actually, sorry, no. It's 20 feet. It's 20 feet up.
And so I can see there's this massive swell in the water and it's breathing.
No. You don't see that. You see the bones.
I only see it.
Okay,
Well, Feyorn
fair enough.
is
My
the
bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Chill.
I'll in a whispered voice, because we're being stealthy. There's something big in the water.
Or are you just happy to see me?
We are on some shit today.
Yeah.
So that we don't get D&D for a week.
I was gonna say the exact same.
We all get super charged up. Jesus Christ.
I need that toxin in my teeth right now.
How do we deal with that? We bait it out?
Well, we don't know what we're dealing with yet. Maybe we should try and find out. It doesn't know. Nothing knows we're here. Maybe we can, I don't know, throw a rock and see if it comes out.
I can make a
Might
lizard
delay
folk
our
appear.
position. You already have.
Maybe he'll eat him.
I think we need to know what we're dealing with.
Well, we can just do something to get its attention. That's not directed towards us, but at a distance.
Wyatt, how far away can you make this lizard folk appear?
Right near the snakes.
Can
In
you
the middle of the water?
have it hover above the water? Maybe see if it, whatever's underneath, attacks?
Are the snakes moving at all?
I'm gonna create a silent image.
Well, you didn't say it was gonna be silent. No, I'm just kidding.
So you're creating a silent image of a lizard folk above the water.
Can I just like is this right here like a surface above the water?
No.
No. Is this a surface above the water?
Yep.
And there's like I'm assuming there's like a curved shore here, right?
Like a very small piece.
Okay, I'm gonna have a lizard folk sitting right where that ends.
Okay.
Up here, lizard folks chilling.
Okay. As you cast the spell, you can see the lizard folk start to form, and you kind of look at your hands as you're kind of moving through the motions of this spell, and your hands start to glow this like red color, really, really, really bright. And the lizard folk pops up and it's formed, and you're just kind of standing there. Your hands are just emitting this immense light like a lighthouse. And from the water, you see the water very quickly swell up, and then this massive creature, flinging its tail, snaps up at the image. Almost as quick as you make it. It snaps up, and you can see the power this thing generates as it flies over that growth, past the tree, and lands back in the water. And then the swell of water starts moving directly towards your glowing hands on the shore.
I attempt to cover his hands like with like my body, and just like try to like grab his hands, just like kind of like
move,
just like grab it like a football, essentially, just to kind of hide it.
You certainly
all ass.
You certainly can. I will say this swell is fucking zooming, and it is clearly already headed towards you. Now, I'm gonna just say at this point, we're just hitting 11 right now. I know Simo, you had expressed you wanted to get out. I was hoping to get a couple of rounds in because this shit's about to break loose here, but we can hold off till next week. I was hoping to get 1 or 2 rounds of combat in, but I'm also happy to call it here. Whatever you guys want to do.
I'm okay with 1 or 2. If everyone else is.
I'm down for that.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, I just need to lay down on the ground for a moment.
For sure. Okay. Well, then at this point, I will say as the swell is moving towards you, which, by the way, I want to say the placement of that, where I showed the crocodile, I didn't move that token the whole time. That's where it was. So you put it right next to his fucking face.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Okay. So.
Do
And
we
we-
have like a
we
a
kinda
moment to
turn-
react?
Yeah, to run back after Peaches says, like, fucking run. So we're like tucking Wyatt's hands, trying to hide him,
Sure.
and kind of maybe getting away from the edge here.
I will say by the time this thing gets to you, you can get about 20 feet in any direction. Okay. So do you want to consider yourself like off map a little bit, or like what do you want to do here?
Preferably, because I don't think. Yeah, prefer.
Or just sure.
Preferably away
maybe
from the
away.
water,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think.
The answer is yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys all roll for initiative real quick.
Before we do so, I got a glimpse of the actual like size of this badass mofo, right?
Everybody did, yeah. He jumped out of the water.
Would you say that Grix is small enough to be swallowed whole?
Oh no.
There's a pretty good potential for that.
The pretty good.
right
Pretty
there
good
on
what? Sorry.
So there's
There's
a pretty good
chance.
potential for that.
Yeah.
All right. Just asking. You know, maybe if I had a rod of
Oh my
unmoving.
goodness.
Level 14.
Okay, I just need Wyatt and Peaches.
Sorry, I'm just fixing something with the broadcast.
Sure. What'd you get there?
Damn.
5?
A
Oh, no,
2
I-
My
initiative?
initiative
Got
rolls
two.
are never good, by the way. Never. I don't want to say
I have a
never say never,
plus
but they're never
five.
good.
Hmm.
Peaches, what'd you get?
Peaches, her Discord's not working, she said.
Oh.
Did
She
she
did
roll?
say that she wanted to grab Wyatt and fly away.
Oh,
She did
crap.
not. Or
But I don't-
she
I
hasn't
don't see her
rolled yet, I
roll.
don't think. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, pick us all up! Pick us all up!
We're all getting
There
on the
it is.
bus. Okay,
Welcome back.
what'd you roll? What'd you roll?
Who, me?
Yeah. What initiative?
What am I rolling? Because
Oh, for
everything
initiative.
froze. I couldn't hear anything.
Initiative.
Okay, give me 2 seconds just to get my
Lemon, get off of Twitter.
You're likely
Fucking cotton 4K. You fucking goof.
Grix is likely
That's okay.
on deck first, by the way. So just
Yeah, no problem. Fucking.
Bro, the new Fortnite update.
Yeah, bro.
But I heard it was badass.
It's pretty.
I
good.
don't know.
It's pretty.
Yeah, they
cool.
added fucking Family Guy. I don't know.
Wait,
dude,
Oh, the
they're
new
adding, like, 3
GTA
game
6
modes.
trailer came out.
did that roll?
Hell yeah, finally.
Did I just
I don't see a roll.
just roll a normal die and I'll slot you in.
No, I think
Dude. How sad.
ooh,
See?
19.
Okay. So Peaches, you're up first. You have this swell of water coming towards you. What are you doing?
I fly and grab Wyatt and get him away from the group to try and divert the crocodile.
Okay, where are you headed? What direction?
Probably up here.
You're flying bait right now.
Okay.
We just watched the motherfucker jump over the tree, so be careful.
I know.
Can I have a I can't prepare like as she
that's the
lifts me,
thing,
can I
like-
prepare like a I guess like yeah, sorry. Can't prepare
Well,
anything.
you're already in initiative, so yeah. Okay, so you lift him up. You're so
Yeah.
well, let's
Sorry,
say-
I'm gonna fly. I can fly. I'll fly my full distance.
So it's 10 feet to
50
get
feet.
to him, and then another 40 feet. So you put yourself. Where
Well, fly space I have. Okay, so it was 10 feet, and then
Mhm.
fly I have 50 feet, and then I don't mind dashing as well, just to get away from the group to try and keep them from getting attacked.
Sure. Okay. So.
Because if he's glowing, then we're go.
So you're going up north. Okay, fair enough.
The magical crocodile.
I am gonna have you move yourself, but oops, I didn't mean to do that.
We're going towards him? Oh no.
So you have 50 feet. So dashing would be 100.
Wait. So sorry, he was up by the tree. Then we'll go towards like this area.
Well, the swell is already heading in your direction.
Okay. We're just
So,
gonna
but
try and get away.
It'd be like this way would be like your best bet. So going to there.
Okay, then we'll go there, and we'll try and get like maybe 80.
Okay. So like right there.
Yeah, just to try and give the group space away from it. Maybe
Okay.
it'll come after us, and we're already in the air. So
Okay, Grix, you're up. Keep in mind, you can see the swell. It's not like it's totally invisible. You can
Yep.
see where the swell is.
Yeah, I'm fuck off. I'm casting a spell. I'm gonna cast.
You're
an attack spell.
casting?
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
On the couch too. Chaos bolt. Por favore.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I'm okay. I'm gonna roll. Okay. I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to
Okay.
get an advantage.
Okay.
On it.
Oh, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Right, sir. Right there, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah,
So
Frank
dis-
didn't like that.
So despite it being difficult to see under the water, makes the shot a little bit more difficult. You find the kind of laser aim, and you
This motherfucker
shoot through
don't
the-
miss.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Big deeps, baby. I'm going to choose poison damage.
Okay.
9 Damaggio total.
9 damage. Okay. Okay, very good. You get a nice clean hit to start off this little fight. Can't see really the damage that's done, but you see it pegs into the swell, and as you've cast this, you two start radiating this gigantic light that just beams out. You light up like a Christmas tree from your hands. Anything else? You can move.
Is the I guess the foliage around me, would it be dense enough to hide the glow?
No. I'm talking. It's like a lighthouse beaming out from your hands.
Yeah, dope skis. That's really
So
cool. That's
you
really dope.
just,
That's-
you just
that's-
negated our move.
Can I tell if it's like an element that's doing it? The only reason I'm asking, I have the spell absorb elements as a reaction. So
It-
could I I know, but it only works when it's incoming damage to me. I would
Yeah,
just no. Okay, no problem. I have
Yeah.
to ask.
Okay, Milo, you're up with Feyorn on deck.
Nice. Okay, Mr. Frank Lloyd Wright, is this here like standable?
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is the outer rim of the map is
Okay.
all walkable. Everything else is water. I'll say 5 feet in, it's going to be rough terrain. Rough terrain. Past that, you're swimming.
Okay. Okay, so then I will 5, 10, 15, 20 into the water, and I'm just going to knock an arrow, draw my bow, and wait for this thing to emerge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold my action to shoot this bitch.
Okay. Feyorn, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Wild Shape.
Okay.
Yes.
And I guess I'm 20 feet away from the water.
Okay.
Does this whole body glow?
I'm going to like kind of run.
Wild shape isn't a spell.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Fucking hardcore.
Oh, I see. I'm going to be running towards the water, and I'm going to cast Wild Shape. I'm going to turn into an octopus and go into the water.
Okay. So you're in
Yep.
the water as an octopus.
In the-
But what counters a crocodile? Did you look that up?
I also get advantage to
Steve
camouflage.
Irwin.
That's a stingray.
So you get
No, that's his weakness, bro.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Steve Irwin's got disadvantage against them motherfuckers.
Okay, so Lemon, you get in the water. Feyorn gets in the water, turns into an octopus, and you can see under the water this horrific fucking thing headed in your general direction. So you can see it from underneath the water.
I want to blend in with the
Lily pads.
whatever's under the water.
Oh, you can camouflage?
I can camouflage.
Okay.
Wow. I
So
love
you-
camouflage.
Buzz!
You fucking blend in, you grab onto like a kind of slimy rock, and you perfectly match the color. And
I would just like to say I have advantage on stealth checks, so if you want to roll against it, then
we're gonna come to that.
okay.
We're gonna come to that. King, is that it? You're just hanging out for now?
If it comes near me, I want to do something, so I'll ready. I can't ready an action. Wild Shape was an action. So
Wild shape was an action.
is it an action? Sorry.
Yes, because he's not Circle of the Moon.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Cool. Okay. Very good. Next is our little snaky friends who are going to kind of seeing what's going on. They're going to drop into the water. Start swimming around. Next, it's
Under
gonna be
the
our little.
water, we can't see where they are.
You cannot see where they are.
Weird.
Next, glowing red, attracting our friend. The crocodile is going to swim this way and jump out of the water over top of this little tree thing here, this little fern, and plop down to try to bite at Grix. And you see he whips his body to position to hit Milo with his tail as well.
Oh.
So all of your ready to actions can launch now.
Oh, God. What's his fucking range?
Mine is a 14 to hit.
14. Okay, that'll hit.
Very cool. I'll do 2 piercing damage.
2. Okay, very good.
Not very cool.
Hey, better than nothing.
That is true.
Flash wound.
Chip damage is still damage.
Unless it's immune to physical damage
True.
Yeah,
or
I'm
non-natural.
not too concerned.
I want to aim at a tooth.
Okay, so there's nothing else. I thought there was another one that readied. Okay, so
No, I
Lemon knocking
couldn't.
out 1,000
I
teeth.
couldn't. Remember?
that's right.
Oh no, lemon couldn't either. Never mind.
Okay, it's going to attempt to get a clean little bite here at our friend Grix.
Yeah, bring it on. I ain't afraid.
It's not that
It's gonna
big.
eat you whole.
Sizes and everything.
23 to hit.
It's the motion of the ocean that counts. 23 to hit. Yeah, I blocked that.
Wow. That hits 10
Alright.
times over.
Yeah, that hits faux show.
He's got a lot of dice in there.
Yeah, I'm seeing him
Yes.
count them all out, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
well.
it's a fucking D38.
This is just regular piercing damage, correct?
This is gonna be regular. Oh fuck. You know what? Oh fuck. We might have to call it here. You're getting bitten, but my kid just woke up, and my wife is calling me.
My wife.
So I'm gonna head out. But you are getting bit, and I will just tell you. I'll at least tell you your damage that you're taking. You are taking 13 piercing damage from that, and you are grappled in its jaws. Good sesh. I'll be back.